Oh, hi, sorry, are you lost? I don't mean that, insulting. I'm always happy to see a customer, don't get me wrong, but, um, you do know that I am a Ripperdoc, right? This is a Ripperdoc clinic, not a, Protogen repair shop. Uh, Again, nothing against Protogens at all. In fact, I am happy to do work for you. It's just, there is a place not far from here, just down the block, that specializes in, Protogen Repair. And I don't typically like to give my competitors business, but in this particular case, they're not really a competitor because we do different things. You did try them? And their prices were too high. And your friend told you about me. Uh, well, I'm flattered, almost. I mean, it's a little insulting that, you're essentially calling my services cheap, but, I'll overlook it. We are quite cheap. Maybe cheap isn't the right word. What's the more, business savvy term? Let's call it, competitive. Our pricing is very competitive. Yes, that's what we're gonna go with. Okay. Well, if you're willing to trust me on the understanding that I am not a Protogen, repair specialist, and I am, in fact, a Ripperdoc, yes, I am happy to have a look at your more mechanical components, and see if I can't help you out. I have to admit, you do look a little scuffed, and I'm sorry to say that again. I don't intend to. I'm not trying to offend you. I just. You have not had any kind of tune-up or checkup in a good long while, have you? Okay. Well, before I begin, I do have a few very simple questions, that are going to help me in the process of getting you tip-top shape, okay? And the first question I have, and it is very important that you answer this truthfully. Are you a civilian or a military model? And by the looks of you, you look like a civilian model, but I can't always tell. Sometimes, oh, these corporations like Militech and Arasaka, they're making stuff that looks like streetwear, but it will absolutely blow a hole through you if you know what I mean. So, civilian or military? Because that also affects how I take apart some of your components and how I get into certain parts of your software. Okay, good. No military encryptions then? Excellent. Very good. That makes this a lot easier then. Well, okay. Great. Well, if that's the case, would you follow me just over here? I do have a terminal that I can click you into. And then we'll be all set, and I'll be good to have a look at your diagnostics and everything, okay? Okay, great. Come on. Okay. Are you comfortable? Okay, good. Alright. Now I just need to jack in. You're gonna feel a little bit of a click. Yep, just like that. Okay. Now, let me have a look at your diagnostics. So, a few questions. How old are you? Really? Huh. You don't look it. That's incredible. I did say you do look a little worse for wear, but given your age, I mean, if you hadn't had a diagnostic in how long? Whew. That's a long time. I'm glad you came in then. Okay. Your name? Okay. My name is Ragna, by the way. I don't know if we ever got introduced. Dr. Rockwell? Yes, it does say Dr. Rockwell on the plaque that is my last name. You can just call me Ragna, it's okay. Um, I don't look like a doctor? Uh, I have a degree. Don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a very long time. Maybe not as long as you've been around, but I've been doing this for a while. Okay. And what do you do? You said you're not a military grade, Protogen, right? No military contracting, nothing like that? Okay. Alright, excellent. Cool. Very good. You got all that kind of damage from that kind of work? That seems a little odd, but if you hadn't had a checkup in a long time, that might really explain it. Okay. So. Okay, so. Um, First thing that we're going to have a look at is your audio sensors. I know Protogen have biological ears, but I also know that there's a fair bit of like firmware involved in processing data regarding what you're hearing. And a lot of times over time, if you don't flush those systems, it can get a little crunchy from what I'm told by other protogens. So if your audio sounds a little crisp, and not in a good way, a little bit crunchy, like I said, that could be just a bloat of firmware. So, first thing I'm going to do is I am going to run a very quick software update. Is that okay? Okay, I'm gonna say every time that I run any kind of update. Just to make sure that I have your consent, because at the end of the day, it's your body. And your systems, I don't want to mess with anything that you're not consenting to. So, when I run this, there is going to be a brief moment where you are not going to hear anything while the system is updating. And then once it reboots, theoretically, you should be hearing a lot better, okay? Okay. Okay. You should be able to hear me much better now, right? That's what I thought. You know, sometimes when we go long amounts of time with damage to, our hearing or our sight or whatever, it can progress so gradually and it can become so normal to us that we don't even notice that anything is wrong, you know? So, I'm sure this sounds a lot better. Excellent. That's very good. So, now that that's done, I'd like to run a very quick test to make sure that your hearing is, well, that's coming through the right channels, let's say. So, very simple. I'm going to take a tuning fork. I am going to ring it against the desk, and then I am going to hold it, one side or the other, and I want you to tell me what side you are hearing it on, okay? Okay, good. Right side. Perfect. Left side. Good. And again. Left side again. Very good. Left, then right, then left, then right. Okay. So I can't even fool you if I want to, which means you're looking much better in that regard. Now, something else that I would like to do, and it's going to probably feel a little strange, is I'd like to run a quick diagnostics on your ocular sensors. I know that they're nanites, it's not a screen, but it is connected to a faceplate that I am going to have to remove in order to get in to some of those systems. Is that okay? Okay, good. It's probably going to feel a little weird. In fact, I am going to remove your face gasket. The gasket that contains the nanites that, acts as a screen for your face. That is coming off. While I am poking around in there, I don't want to leave you blind, because it is essentially going to knock out your ocular sensors. Tell you what, I am going to pass visual data, preemptively before I do this, to my screen over here. So you're going to be able to see me on this system, but it's not going to look all that great, and it is probably going to feel a little out of body, okay? Just bear with me for a little bit. I'll be quick, I promise. Okay. Can you see me okay? I'm gonna remove your faceplate. Ooh, that is really jammed up. How long was it that you said you went without any kind of tune-up? That's crazy. You know you need one every 6 months like any other biological, right? I mean, if I gotta go to a doctor every 6 months, you still need to go to a Protogen Repair clinic. Well, oh man, that thing was really stuck on there. Okay, let's see. Oh, oh my god, who was the last person to touch this? Have you ever been to an actual Protogen Repair clinic, or have you only been going to Ripperdocs? That's not good either. Look, I know my services are cheaper, but they're cheaper for a reason, and, a lot of other Ripperdocs are the same way, like Protogens. Unfortunately, I feel like you guys underestimate, or take for granted maybe, just how incredible your systems are. Like, I need you to understand, you are leagues above even most, like, cybernetically enhanced biologicals. Yeah, your bioengineering is, your biomechanical engineering is, like, beyond next level. It is, like, light years ahead. Man, you had some prime stuff in here. If I were a scav, I would be ripping some of this out and replacing it with Garbo stuff. Which... do you understand how to tell the difference between a scav and a Ripperdoc? Because sometimes scavs will post themselves up as Ripperdocs, put people under like anesthetics, and then take the opportunity to kind of strip out their better chrome for worse chrome so that they can then resell that. Yeah, it's a scummy business. It's gross. And I'm asking because whoever touched this circuitry, underneath your gasket, they did not know what they were doing at all, and I'm not accusing them of being a scav or anything, but like, this is a hack job, for sure. Thankfully, I don't have a ton of experience working on protogens, but you're not my first. In fact, I have a friend who is a protogen who... Actually, do you know them? Their name is Ari. They're the ones that recommended me, huh? Oh, that makes a lot of sense now. I was thinking to myself earlier, who would recommend me to Protogen for Protogen repairs? I'm not... I don't do that kind of work, you know? I do it for friends. I guess we can be friends if you want to hang out sometime. What do you do for fun? Play video games. Do you get Doom on your screen? I had to ask. I'm almost done. And once I'm done with this, and I run a quick diagnostic, I can go ahead and patch you back in through your ocular feed. Okay, now I just gotta wait. There we go. Okay, and the readouts look much better. Again, this is why you have to go in every so often, because the moment I patch you back in, you are going to see the difference immediately and understand why it's recommended that you come every so often to a proper clinic. Okay, so I'll go ahead and patch you right back in. Click. There we go. How's that? Much better, right? I told you. The difference is like night and day. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click your... Okay. So, that being done, I know this is kind of a silly way to test, but, I am going to hold up a finger, this finger right here, and I am going to, move it about. And all I need you to do is I need you to follow it with both of your eyes. Do you think you can do that for me? Excellent. Okay. It just gives me a visual way to recognize that you are able to track data in real time. There's no latency or misaligned inputs or anything like that, okay? Good. That's very good. Okay. Next thing is I need to hold up both of my fingers and I need to make sure that you can track data independently. So... Oh, don't worry, you don't have to like follow both fingers, and quite the opposite actually. What I'm going to have you do is I'm just going to have you follow this finger, and this finger I want you to ignore as best as you can, okay? So, wherever this one goes, you do not pay any attention to it, you're only following this finger. Okay. Alright, you seem fine. Um, much better, right? So the visuals are crisp? Okay, that's great. So the next thing I need to do is a diagnostic on your motor functions. Oh no, it's nothing. I don't necessarily need you to like run around my clinic or anything crazy like that. I can actually test that through my system that you're jacked into. Um, what's going to happen though is you're going to feel a bit of a tingle, like a electric current that's going to pass from the top of your head down through your legs, your extremities, your arms and everything, and then back into your head. So it's just gonna kind of jolt up and down through your body. You're gonna feel like an electrical charge. Slight. It's not gonna hurt or anything. It's just a tingle, but it's going to be a constant, present tingle. Well, the reason for this is I'm actually testing to make sure that all of your muscles are firing when they get some kind of a signal. So this is testing both your muscular system and your nervous system both at the same time, okay? So relax, relax. It's okay. I know it probably feels very weird, right? It'll be over in a sec, okay? You're doing a great job for me. You really are. You're a very good patient. And you need to do this more often, okay? Even if it's with me, I already have, like I said, a little experience with this, but I'll look into proper Protogen repairs and do my due diligence to see if I can't be I don't know, like your Ripperdoc, if you will. Your Protogen Repair specialist. Almost done. Does it tickle? Yeah, sorry. Ari always gets a little giggly as well. Okay. And, the ratings are good. Yeah, so nothing needed there. Oh, no, one sec. Okay, almost. Some of your joints where your mechanical components and your biological components like connect at those specific joints, it looks like you've got a few jams. Have you experienced any like reduction in your overall like motor skills, sluggishness, or maybe some kind of aching in any of your joints, your knees, specifically your knees and your shoulders? No? Your hips also a little bit, maybe? Okay. Again, maybe it could just be that because of how infrequent your visits are, you're just kind of... It's such a slow deterioration of these systems that, you know, you're just not aware of it happening, and so you get comfortable with a reduction in performance. Not to worry, I actually have the proper lubricant for this. From back when Ari was suffering from a similar issue. It's kind of normal. I mean, think of it like this, right? You know, in a normal biological's body, we have certain like crevices and orifices and things like that where over time things can kind of get in there and erode or gunk up our works, our ears, our... I know it's not pretty to talk about. I am a doctor, believe it or not. The the doctor in Dr. Rockwell is, anyway, doesn't matter. I have the lubrication required here. I just need to find it, so give me one moment, okay? Okay. That wasn't very long, was it? Okay. So, can I get you to stretch out your left arm for me? Good, just like that. How does that feel? Good, right? It's kind of cool to the touch. A little bit. I'm just applying a lubricating gel, which is something that your body is supposed to naturally produce. But I did notice when I ran that last diagnostic that you're not anymore. Can I get you to hold out your right arm for me now? Okay. So anyway, yeah, that lubricating gel, over time, if your body just kind of stops producing it like it's supposed to, or you know, maybe, not enough of it is being produced, if anything happens like that, you're gonna notice a lot of aching and discomfort, maybe some itching, in your joints, because you need it. And it actually kind of dries up and becomes this kind of like solid buildup that needs to be scraped out before more gel can be put in. And then after that, I am going to have a look inside your chest. Yeah, I know, it's kind of grisly, isn't it? You're a protogen, you should be kind of used to this. Okay. I am gonna roll back a little bit. I need you to lift your leg. Put your foot right here in my lap, if you could. I know. I'm not being a pervert. I need to look at your knee, okay? Dork. I didn't know any better. I'd say you like paws. I'm kidding. Or maybe I'm not. Okay, so while I scrape out this buildup and replace the gel, let me explain to you what I'm going to be doing inside your chest. You have a organ not too far off from where your liver is, kind of like wedged up under your chest cavity. It's called a lubrifactor. You've never heard of that? You don't know the organs in your own body? Okay, well, the lubrifactor is a organ that only protogens have, and it's there to kind of help along the synergy between your biological parts and your mechanical components so that they work together seamlessly. This gel is kind of vital to your overall functions, and in fact, if I were to guess, okay, your other leg, can you put that up here for me? There we go, good. If I were to guess, if you went another, gosh, you know, maybe another 3-4 months like this, it wouldn't just be uncomfortable, this would probably be excruciating. Because you just kind of have it would be a lot of chafing, I guess, you know? You would just have your mechanical components just kind of like grinding against your biological components, and yeah, that can get pretty gnarly from what I have read. This doesn't hurt or anything though, right? Feels good. Good. I'm not trying to hurt you, okay? I'm almost done. Alright. Okay. So, let me just scoot on up here. There we go. Last thing I need to do then Well, almost last thing I need to do. Let me scoot up a little bit more. I know, I'm really close now, aren't I? I'm sorry. Um, Last thing I need to do before I run a overall systems diagnostic is get in your chest and look at your lubrifactor. This is not going to hurt, but it's probably not going to be very comfortable either. Having someone inside your chest like this, Um, if you were a standard biologic. Oh, this is really tightly stuck too, man. You have not been looked at in a while. That's crazy. Okay. If you are a normal biological, I would be putting you under for having a look inside of your chest cavity like this, but being a protogen, I can just kind of turn your nervous system off and you don't feel a thing, do you? That is so weird to me. You protogens really are a marvel, you know that? Yeah, again, I don't think you fully appreciate just how, intricate and complex your systems are, but it's a lot. Yep, it's as I thought. Yeah, you need a new lubrifactor. Like, completely. That is a bummer, because I don't have one of those. Again, I'm a Ripperdoc. This is not my, Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. For now, your joints are fine. I've lubricated them. I've scraped out all of the dried up lubricant. So you should be okay for the next couple of weeks, which will buy me some time to order a new lubrifactor for you. Let me just close you back up. Oh man, you really actually should look into getting an entirely new chassis. Like, your plating, at this point is a very old model. Like, my goodness. But I can order a new lubrifactor, and that will probably be here in probably a week. I know. I'm sorry. How much is that going to cost you? I tell you what. You seem like a good sort. And if you know Ari, then we're kind of friends already, right? So, not only am I going to leave it at cost, so I'm not going to make any money off of it, I'll let you pay me in payments, okay? A few installments, and then we'll be good. You can't pay me right away. That's unfortunate. You owe someone money or something? Okay, because owing people money in this city is... yeah, well, I'd love to tell you how dangerous that is. If that's the case, I'll do it for free, initially. I am expecting payment, though. You do need to at least compensate me the cost of the lubrifactor. Please. I'm not running a charity, and all of this equipment and hardware and everything you see behind me, it costs money, okay? You are all set for now, all of your senses seem to be a lot crisper, right? And if you move your arms and legs a little bit, you'll notice you probably feel much smoother. Excellent. Last thing, I'm gonna run a complete system diagnostic, just to make sure that you don't need anything, in general. Hold on. Is that right? You lied to me. When you came in here, I asked you if you were a military-grade Protogen, and you straight up told me no. Care to explain why I am finding a pirated copy of civilian software on your solid state? Mm-hmm. You're an escaped Militech, Protogen. How did you break your coding? Rogue virus. A virus set you free. So you decided to get a pirated copy of a civilian software, and then you decide to do what you're doing for a living? I can't argue with that. It definitely does be going to war and fighting a bunch of people you really don't care about fighting, right? Especially since it seems to be typically against your will. I mean, whatever will you have as a military-grade Protogen, right? Well, I can understand it, but I wish you hadn't lied to me because you're dangerous. You are a lot stronger than a standard civilian model Protogen, and that actually explains why it was so tough getting your face gasket and the chest plating off. It's heavier than it looks, and it's not lightweight. That is like bulletproof ablative armoring. So that also means that the kind of lubrifactor that I need to order is not a standard model. I have to specifically get a Militech one, which means I have to smuggle it into the city instead of getting one from an actual civilian manufacturer, because I'm not supposed to have access to military tech like that. It's not just something you can order. You owe me big for this. Actually, I don't know what we're going to do for compensation, but actually, say, you seem like someone who appreciates a nice pair of paws, given how nervous you got when I asked you to put your paws in my lap. Want to give me a paw rub? Yeah, maybe a few paw rubs, actually. That's how you're gonna make it up to me. Look, I have to work on my paws a lot. When I'm doing surgery, I can't be sitting down in my little rolly stool like I am right now. It's the least you can do for me. I'm gonna have to, hire nomads to smuggle you in a new lubrifactor. So, a paw rub is a very small token thing I'm asking you for, okay? Besides, you're gonna enjoy it. Let's not even pretend. See, if Protogens could blush, I know you'd be blushing right now. I'm gonna unjack you, okay? You're gonna feel that weird little click again. There we go. Okay. You have some time to kill? Oh, you are actually eager to rub my paws. Oh, I misread you. Or I read you exactly correctly, I guess. Anyway, okay. Let's go then. Yeah, back to my office. Should be fine. Alright, cutie, come on.